is said that your greatest wealth is your health, and being alive and well is a miracle that we should not take for granted. Welcome to this episode of Rays of Hope, and I am Lucy Waweru. In today's episode, we get to hear great testimonies of people who found hope after suffering for a long time due to different diseases. Some to the point of being told that there was nothing more the doctors could do. Can you imagine being flown back home from the US on a hospital bed because doctors had said or have said that you have only 6 months to live? What happens next? Here is our first testimony.
Kwa majina yangu ni Wanjiru Muthega, Peres Wanjiru Muthega. Hapa niko nyumbani na kwa majina hapa ni Kitasini Village.
My name is Timothy Kinodia Muthega. Peres Wanjiru is my mom. We live here in Gitavini Village, Kamakwa Sub-location, Nyeri County. My mom went to visit in the US back in year 2015. There in the US, she was diagnosed with lung cancer. After long treatment, the doctors there, they give a very bad verdict, and they had to airlift her back to Kenya on a wheelchair. I took her from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport with an ambulance from Consolata Hospital Mathari. We took her to Mathari Hospital where she had to stabilize for 1 week. Then she came back home.
Ndaumire ha gũkũ mweri 3 mweri wa Mũgwanja 2015.
My mom left Kenya on 3rd of July 2015 to go to America.
Ndathi America, ndaikarire o mĩeri 3 tu ndĩna thayũ.
When she went to America, she just lived there for 3 months with peace.
Na rĩrĩa ndatwarirwo thibitarĩ, ndaugire ndĩraigua wega ndatwarwo thibitarĩ. Ngĩhũrwo mbica, ngĩoneka ndĩna pneumonia, na ihuri rĩakwa rĩmwe rĩa mwena wa ũmotho rĩarĩ na growth.
Okay, after 3 months, she felt ill. And when she went to hospital, she was diagnosed with pneumonia, and then they noticed a growth in her left lung.
Mũthenya ũcio tũgĩtũka tũmwo kwa ndagĩtarĩ ũngĩ nĩgetha tũhakikiche kana ũguo ũcio na nĩguo. Tũgĩtũmwo na ngĩthiĩ ngĩhũrwo mbica, ndahũrirwo mbica maita merĩ. Na noguo nire.
She was sent to another specialist to confirm what the other specialist had seen, and the other specialist confirmed what he had seen. It's true, he had a growth in her left lung.
Ndio ndatũmirwo kwa andũ arĩa mathondekaga cancer. Ngĩrwo ndĩna cancer, nyitĩte ihuri rimwe, ngĩthiĩ ngĩtũmwo thibitarĩ cia cancer. Ngĩthiĩ ngĩonana na ndagĩtarĩ warĩ kuo wetagwo Lee. Akĩnjĩra nĩgakũhe kĩmo 6 ciathira njoke hũrwo mbica rĩngĩ. Na noguo ekire.
She was sent to the chemo specialist, Dr. Lee, and Dr. Lee said that he should go for 6 chemo sessions, and that was done.
Ndekwo kĩmo ngĩhũrwo mbica, augaga no ihũri rĩu nĩ marutaga, no ndagĩtarĩ ũrĩa ũthĩnjanaga akiuga nĩ ngĩrĩtie mĩaka tondũ ndarĩ na 75.
Okay, after chemotherapy was done, he was told that a surgery can be made to remove that growth. But due to her age, because she was over 75 years, it was not recommended to, the surgery to be done.
Arĩkia gwĩka ũrĩa akĩrwo nĩ ndagĩtarĩ ũcio wa gũthĩnja ethe ũthondeki ũngĩ angĩthondeka naguo. Ngĩrwo nĩ ngũthiĩ gwĩkwo kĩrĩa nyamũ ĩno mũmĩtaga kĩ?
Radiotherapy.
Ngĩthiĩ ngĩkwo thikũ 30.
After being told that it cannot be the surgery cannot be done on her left lung to remove that growth, the specialist suggested that the chemotherapy, radiotherapy be done on her. So it was told to be done the radiotherapy for that session.
Ndarĩkia gwĩkwo therapy ngĩheo rũtha rwa mĩeri 6. No ndathondekagwo nĩ ndagĩtarĩ erĩ tondũ matiarĩ ũmwe. Ũcio wa kũhe kĩrĩa therapy arĩ mwanya na ũcio ũngĩ nake ndagĩtarĩ ũcio wathondekaga arĩ mwanya.
After chemotherapy, he was released from hospital for 6 months, but he had to see 2 doctors, specialist of chemotherapy and the radiotherapy specialist.
Arĩkia nĩndathire takĩte mĩaka ĩigana, mĩaka 3. Ngĩcoka gũka tondũ ndĩrakindokire thĩna mĩaka 5. Na rĩu mũrimũ ũrĩa watũmire njũke ti cancer. Cancer, ndagĩtarĩ wa cancer ũcio wa kĩrĩa wa therapy anjĩrĩte rĩu akũhe rũtha rwa mwaka. Gĩcoka rĩu.
So after 3 years is when he decided to come back home, but the disease that made her to come home is not cancer. The cancer was not healed yet, but he was diagnosed with the acute epidemic burst, where he was removed the colostrum.
Rĩrĩa ndacokire ngĩnyitwo nĩ thiũrũra ngĩgũa ngiunĩka guoko ngĩtwarwo thibitarĩ. Rĩu hĩndĩ ĩyo nĩrĩo ndakomire. Cancer kũu itikomaga.
So he experienced dizziness and he went in a coma. He fell down and he broke her hand. Then he was taken to hospital and she was admitted.
Ndakoma ngĩkoma thikũ 43. Ngĩheo rũtha ngĩcoka mũciĩ.
He was admitted for 43 days in hospital in the US. Then he was released and they sent home.
Ndacoka mũciĩ nĩyo ndaikara ngĩtwaragwo kiriniki. Nĩrĩo ndacokire rĩu ngĩrwara. Ngĩigua nĩ ndaturwo nĩ nda ũndũ itarĩ ndaigua.
He was scheduled to be visiting the doctor occasionally, but after some time he experienced fairly acute pain in her stomach. The pain she has never had ever before.
Tondũ na ndagĩrirwo mũciĩ na ambulance.
She was taken to hospital with an ambulance.
Ndathiĩ kũu nĩkuo ndakomire.
He was admitted there.
Na ngĩtuĩka nĩ ngũthĩnjwo.
And it was suggested that he must be operated.
Mwanake wakwa akiuma wĩra rĩ agĩkora nĩ thiire thibitarĩ. Ona andũ a ambulance no manguire na makĩndwara thibitarĩ.
My brother or her son, when he was coming out of work, he found her mother in hospital. The ambulance attendant was the one who took her to hospital. Then my brother got her in hospital.
oka nĩ rĩerirwo no ekĩrire saini thĩnjwo tondũ na twaririe nake ngĩcoka ngĩkira na ngĩkira.
Okay, he was told that he must sign for my mother to be operated. Since my mother had went to her coma, he was not speaking and they could not do anything.
Hĩndĩ ĩyo nĩrĩo ndagĩthĩnjirwo ngĩtuĩka nĩ kanyamũ karĩa gatũrĩkaga gatũrĩkire na ngĩtuĩka no ndutirwo gothe na ngĩkĩrwo nyamũ ĩno ĩngĩ ya kĩrĩa.
It was found that after operation was found that the appendix had actually busted and they had destroyed her colony and the colony has to be removed.
Ngĩkoma kũu mĩeri ĩtatũ na nuthu.
He was admitted in the hospital for another 3 months.
Ĩra mwanake wakwa nĩ gũkũ ndigũikara. Nĩ ndaheo rũtha o Kenya.
Then he never wanted to remain in US, so he suggested that he want to capitulate in Kenya. So he suggested, he requested for release in hospital and to be sent to Kenya.
Kũu gũkĩrĩ andũ mainũkagia andũ mateithagia mũndũ kũinũkia mũndũ wake. Ndagĩteithĩrĩirio nĩ ndagĩtarĩ ingĩ igĩkũu iteithanagia ikaheana mbeca cia insurance tondũ ndangĩahotire kũrĩha nĩ ũndũ wakĩrĩtie makĩria ya milioni 3.
It was very expensive to send her home in such a condition, so he got an assistant from other doctor who footed the bill and she was able to come to Kenya.
Tondũ amamũrĩhĩire ambulance ndagĩtarĩ na gĩtanda kĩu gĩa gũka nakĩo rĩu gĩarĩhire o itĩ cia andũ erĩ.
My brother has to foot the bill of fare back for 2 persons. The rest of the expenses were paid by the doctor's insurance in the UK, and so we are able to get my mother here in Kenya.
Akĩrĩha nĩ ũndũ wa ũrĩa tũkire nake tũkiuka nake o nginya Mathari. Twoka nake tondũ we arĩ cukuru ona augĩte nĩ agũtiga ndehe ngĩmwĩra ĩhĩ ũragĩtigana nĩ rĩrĩa ũreka kĩgeranio na njikarĩte kũu nĩgetha ũthome ũcoke ũtige o rĩrĩa ũreka kĩgeranio. Atigairie mĩeri 2 ngĩmwĩra ĩhĩ werĩ ĩkagia kĩgeranio kĩnjĩra rĩu mami nĩ ndĩrekĩte kĩgeranio ngagwa rĩ ndũkũgwa nĩ ũkũhĩtũka ũrĩkie wĩra waku.
My brother could not come with my mother back to Kenya because he was doing exams, and her wife was the one who accompanied my mother to Kenya with the flight doctor, and my mother encouraged my brother to do the exam without looking back because she was on a safe hand.
Nĩrĩo ndagĩtuĩkire nĩ ngũrehwo tuokire Dithemba cigana 13.
She arrived back in Kenya last year on December 13.
Ndoka nĩrĩo nderirwo nyambe thiĩ Mathari na ngĩkoma.
We had to take her to Mathari to stabilize for 1 week because of the fright, the fright fatigue.
Ndagĩtarĩ iria ciũkaga raundi ciumĩte Nairobi igĩũka ona matiahutirie mandorire ũguo ngĩrwo werĩ inũka ndũrĩ mũrwaru.
The Kenyan doctor who attended to her found no problem, and she was told to go home and rest.
Ũthiĩ ũkaarie na andũ ũgĩthekaga na nĩ ũkũhona ndũrĩ mũrwaru we.
He was told to go home, talk to her people, and be happy, then he'll be okay. She'll be okay.
Na ndacoka kiriniki noguo manjĩrire ona matiaheire kiriniki ĩngĩ.
After going back for clinic, she was also told she was okay.
Rĩu kuma hau ndawa ĩrĩa anyuĩte nĩ ndawa ĩno mũrona haha.
After she came back from US, she had not taken any other medicine. The only medicine he had taken is Eden, which you can see here. My cousin, David Kariuki, introduced us to this water drug, Eden, which has helped her a lot. When she came from US, she could not move by herself. She was on a wheelchair. But after taking Eden, the moment he finished one bottle of Eden, she was able to walk on her feet. Right now, she is walking on her feet alone. She can go to the toilet and help herself, what she was not able to do, and she could sit on the chair and take her food. There before he was taking the food, he was being helped to take her food on a bed. Right now, she can do what other mothers are doing in the home. We are very happy.
Ndinyuĩte ndawa ĩngĩ tiga gatawa karĩa gagũtwekia thakame gũtirĩ ĩngĩ nyuĩte niĩ.
The only medicine that was recommended in Kenya was the medicine that will prevent blood clot, but she took for 6 months, and from that she has not taken any other medicine.
Rĩu kuma hau rĩ nyonete wega wa ndawa ĩno.
From there, she can say this medicine has helped her a lot.
Tondũ ndambĩrĩria kũnyua no rĩo ndahotire gũkĩra na ngĩhota gwĩtwara.
When she started taking the medicine and taking it for some time, that's when she was able to wake up from her bed and walk like other people.
Rĩu niĩ nginyagia hau nĩguo ũthondeki wakwa ũkinyĩte.
She can say,
Ndiuga ndĩna cancer rĩu tondũ rĩ ndĩ handũ ndĩraigua ruo rĩu no kũrĩa ndĩaga.
she can confess that after coming from US, this is the only medicine that have healed her. She says now she has no cancer. She has no pain is feeling on her body. She can walk, and now she can eat happily, and she can welcome her grandfather and granddaughters and grandsons in her home. There before, used to be accompanied by somebody when walking around the compound. Right now, she don't need anybody to accompany her. She can go to any place she want in the compound. She is very happy. There was something that was told in the US she could not be told because she was ailing, but us as a sibling, we are told that your mother will not live for more than 6 months. But we can confess and we can say this medicine have prolonged the life of our mother. We are very happy with the medicine, and we can tell anybody who is ailing there at home, please take this medicine. It is going to help you. She is not taking another medicine. The only medicine she can take is only a cold reliever, which is occasionally or no. The only hospital she attended is hospice, where she go to collect the cholesterol bags because she is on cholesterol bag right now.
Kariuki okire gũkũ hĩndĩ ya corona itanambĩrĩria tondũ thutha ũyũ ndokĩte no gũtũma tũmaga na nĩrĩo ndanyuire na ndanyua ndawa ĩno ndaiguire nĩ ndahona na ndingĩenda rĩu ndĩmĩage.
my cousin David Kariuki came to visit my mother before Corona. And he came with this medicine, Eden, and introduced it to her. From there, my mother received it very well. And after taking it, he said he felt a lot of changes after taking it. Now she confessed that she could not live without this medicine. There's no time. Every time my cousin David sent it from Nairobi, and we receive it as parcel from town. So my cousin makes sure that the medicine is always available to my mom. Could say the treatment of America is okay, but the weather there is not conducive at all. The America climate is not favorable to the old people. Everything you take from fridge. Doctors are quite effective. Even the country, America, is okay, but the weather is not conducive for my age. Okay, my mother she went to US, we thought the place will be very conducive for her, and we thought it's a lasting place. She was going for a holiday, but unfortunately, the climate there did not favor her. And the time she was diagnosed with cancer, the lung cancer, we all went down. We wept. We are so desperate. The doctors there tried what they can. They gave her the best treatment, but it came a time when the doctor actually gave up. They lost hope. And then they told my brother, your mom cannot be operated. The tumor in the lung cannot be removed. She is so old, and the longest she can live out of this disease is 6 months. We could not want to hear that because we wanted to be with my mom for a long time. So we also prayed for her. We hoped that the magic can be done. Then the worst came when she was diagnosed again with the ruptured appendix. Her condition deteriorated a lot. Now she was suffering on 2 conditions, the lung cancer and the broken appendix. And the appendix has actually affected her colon a lot, and her colon had to be removed. So she was put on a cholesterol bag, and still she was bedridden for a long time in hospital for more than 3 months. Now she has forgotten the way she was walking, and she was so desperate also because she also needed a social life. In the UK, you could not receive visitors in the US, in the hospital. So she was so lonely, and she was also getting so desperate. So she had requested my brother to do the best he can so that he can be released from hospital and come back to Kenya. He once said that if I have to die, let me die in Kenya. I don't want to die in a foreign country. So my brother did a lot with her wife. They did what they can, and I received my mother in the JKA when she was still bedridden on an oxygen and a doctor. Then we went there with an ambulance and doctor from Mathari Consolata Hospital. We took her from JKI back to Mathari, and we stayed in Mathari for 2 weeks before she was released. From the look, we can see my mother was not in good condition. Her body weight had increased a lot. She was very heavy. She could not move. Even to move from a bed to the wheelchair, it was a struggle. We had to pick her. At least 3 people had to support her to put her in a wheelchair. We were so desperate. When my cousin David visited her in my home here, David said that he knows what the drug that my uncle is using. My uncle was diagnosed with cancer for a long time, about 10 years now, and she's still a survivor.
What a story! What a testimony! Hope is very important in life. No wonder 1 Corinthians 13 states that these three must remain, and that is faith, hope, and love. Hope is very important. Remember, you're watching Rays of Hope. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll listen to more testimonies of hope. Keep watching.